Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys. And yes guys, we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played Copenhagen guys, the UEFA Champions League in match day 4 guys, away from home in Denmark, and it ended 4-3 loss. No words with this game, to be honest. I think it's a tough one to take. Obviously bitterly disappointing just to lose out on a night where we needed to win, with us under a lot of pressure. One more loss, it's going to be catastrophic and we're out of the Champions League. We have to win the last two now. Not good. VAR controversy comes into it yet again. But anyway, guys, let's get straight into today's video. So we made 4 changes in the last game against Copenhagen. Talking about start 11, so we started with Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Evans, Dalot, McTominay, Ericsson, Rashford, Fernandes, Garnacho and Højlund. Getting into the overall reaction now. Rashford sees controversial red and Dane's stun Man United. Tough one to take. Lack of concentration, defensive errors, individual errors and VAR let us down. We played some of our best stuff for 30 minutes. We got robbed of a victory. VAR controversy, it's disappointing, annoying and frustrating. Lost for words, we didn't concentrate and focus for 5 minutes. Not good enough. It was a good start by United, having possession on the front foot on the first attack. Højlund scores for 1-0. United dictating play, good pressure by United. Copenhagen haven't got going. Evans went off of Varane, early change, winning the ball high up the pitch, winning the second balls. No communication between Wan-Bissaka and Onana, nearly made a mess up. Mistake by Copenhagen. United on the counter. Great ball from Fernandes to Garnacho and Højlund scores for 2-0. Copenhagen having possession. Copenhagen not creating chances. Should sent off, changed the game. Copenhagen scored for 2-1. Copenhagen get a penalty and score for 2-2. First half, I think it was obviously disappointing and unlucky. Got to score the third goal. United then hit Copenhagen on the counter-attack. United are comfortable having possession. United giving away a few loose balls. Copenhagen having 2 good chances. Copenhagen are controlling. United look fresher. United get awarded a penalty. Fernandes scores for 3-2. Bruno and Garnacho playing as wide players. United need to be organised. United need to frustrate Copenhagen. United trying to get the balls in behind. United need to focus and concentrate. Copenhagen were pushing and putting the pressure on. Copenhagen scored to make it 3-3. Poor defending. United trying to hang on. Copenhagen score for 4-3. Big chance for Maguire. United tried to throw everything at it. We switched off in the big moments. We didn't concentrate and focus in the vital moments. It is what it is. We got what we deserved. Onwards and upwards. First half unlucky. Second half good enough. Overall disappointing performance. Anyway guys, let's get straight to today's video. What did I make of the performance? I think the performance as a whole, if you ask me, I think just disappointing, to be honest with you. I think, you know, we had the league twice and threw it away. Just says everything about United, to be honest with you. Happened the same thing exactly against Galatasaray in the league twice and we throw it away. So, yeah, I think it's just so disappointing, to be honest with you. I think we played some of our best stuff for half an hour up until the red card. I'm not going to hate Rashford and go on him because, to be honest, I don't even think that's a red card. And I will get into it as well. So, yeah, I think the red card obviously definitely changed the game. And then, you know, that was when Copenhagen had a better possession and just had a great 12 minutes towards the end of towards half time. So, bitterly disappointing and frustrating, and obviously not good enough on United's behalf, but it's annoying in a way, the way how we played the first 30 minutes. And I think for someone like Rasmus Højlund to score 2 goals, sharing, you know, I think now scoring 5 goals in the Champions League, he'll just feel like a right dickhead, because it's felt like I've got us to 2-0, cruising the game, comfortable, and then, you know, and then the red card just changed the whole bloody game. And then just killed it for us as well. But to be honest with you, you know, some people out there will look to blame Ten Hag for that fixture, as they always do. But you know, you can't blame Ten Hag for that. Unfortunately, you can't, and that goes to show. In those certain situations, you can't blame the manager. When there's a red card, you have to deal with that situation. But for me, where did it go wrong? I think it was just a lack of concentration, a lack of focus. You know, defensive errors. Dalot just was switched off for both the third and the fourth goal, just easily avoidable, to be honest with you. And then individual errors as well costed us, and VAR let us down. I think VAR the last couple of weeks has been shockingly poor. It's had a stinker. So yeah, I think it's just disappointing. Lost for words in a way. You do all that hard work in the first half an hour, and then the game just changes with a red card. So it's not good enough. I was I was about yeah, but yeah, it's just not good enough, to be honest with you. And we got robbed of a victory. I think there was decisions that should have gone our way, and decisions that there was certain situations where Copenhagen found ways to get theirs goal, and where Copenhagen found their ways to get their goal, considering we were when they should have gone our way. So yeah, I think it's just bitterly disappointing, to be honest with you. Obviously, when this game had lost, I think many United fans would have been fuming, and just not good enough, and just bitterly disappointing after playing some of our best stuff for half an hour, the best stuff that we've probably played all season long, and yeah, just dents it, and it's just not good enough. But anyway, getting into the game now. Thought the first half had kicked off. I thought, what a start for Manchester United, to be honest with you. Great start for Manchester United. Good start, whatever you want to say. Having possession. Did really well in the first half. I thought that was probably the best half an hour that we had so far this season. The best stuff that we've probably played so far this season as well. On the front foot, on the first attack, bam, Højlund scores. A great finish, but you could say also tap in for 1-0. But what we've been asking United to do over this past whole season, it just it was happening this game, to be honest. We're winning the ball high up the pitch, we're winning the second balls, winning our duels a bit more as well, dictating play, taking control in games like this as well. There was some good pressure by United as well. And then I think it took Copenhagen just Copenhagen just could not get going whatsoever. Took them out of their comfort zone. We were frustrating Copenhagen. Couldn't get in the game whatsoever. We had to make an early change. Evans is now injured, so Varane replaced him. Obviously, he's out for 4 weeks now, so hopefully he'll be back in the next 2.5 weeks or so. But yeah, no, I thought United were doing fantastically well in terms of keeping the ball high up the pitch, winning the ball high up the pitch as well. Winning our second balls as well, winning our duels, winning our 1v1s as well, getting back to the basics as well. And then there was some certain moments in the game where it was a close call. There was no communication by Wan-Bissaka and Onana, and nearly made a mess up. So we did okay there. And then I think there was a mistake by Copenhagen. What we should have. They might maybe. Well, no, there was no. But then eventually, then there was a mistake by Copenhagen, and they literally made a mistake in the midfield. Fernandes won the ball back. Great ball from Fernandes to Garnacho, and Højlund scores for 2-0. And then obviously then Copenhagen were having a little bit more possession. They were trying to work out United as well, but they were not creating many chances though. Copenhagen, they lacked creativity in the first half. And then the controversial thing happened. Then Rashford sent off, just changed the game. Then I think it's a farce. I don't think it's a red, to be honest with you. I think that's definitely not a red card. You can go to anyone and they'll say it's not a red card. Obviously, one or two people will look at it and say, well, yeah, it is a red card. He is reckless, but nah, for me, it's not a sending off, and I will explain it as well. But that then only just allowed Copenhagen back in the game. They just had a great 12 minutes towards the end of the 12 minutes towards half time, and that was when they just had more possession than United. And then we just, again, defence easily avoidable. This goal, defence should have done better here, and they score for 2-1. And then when it gets back to 2-1, it's like a lifeline, isn't it? Because if you get one back, you're confident of pushing for another. So then Copenhagen kept going. They kept going and put the pressure on, and then they get a penalty. I think the penalty's not a penalty as well. On both Varane and Maguire, and then they score for 2-2. Just baffling decisions, to be honest with you. Obviously, the first goal's allowed, but that one's definitely not a goal. So you take away these two, you take away that penalty. You know, we draw this 3-3 easily, and but yeah, at least you would have walked away and got a point, and but obviously a point wouldn't have been good enough either. But then, you know, I think first half was just incredibly unlucky, and then it was all about second half. We had to get that third goal. You know, United, we knew that we were going to get the chances. We knew that we could hit them on the counter attack. But United were a lot more comfortable having possession. You know, we were giving a few loose balls away, giving possession away too easily. You know, I thought Copenhagen had two good chances in the opening, in the second half, but I thought Copenhagen sort of were controlling the game. But I thought we did well in terms of you know, stay in the game as long as we could as well. And then you know, you could tell that United looked fresher in the game. You know, Copenhagen weren't at their best either, and they still walked away with a win. And United then got into some good positions, some good passages of play, and you know, United got a penalty, and Fernandes scored a penalty for 3-2. Then at 3-2, you're probably thinking, right, well, let's see this out now, and let's game manage this well. Let's make the right decision making, and let's see this out, and let's win this game 3-2. And then this is, I don't think I criticise this, but obviously then he put Bruno and Garnacho as playing as wide players. United were organised, were frustrating Copenhagen. You know, United are trying to get the balls in behind, and then, you know, United just needed to focus and concentrate in front of what was in front of us. And then we knew that Copenhagen had more possession than us. You know, you just have to give it up and just sit back and be patient as well, and be brave when you can be as well. And they were putting the pressure on, they were pushing, and then they score to make it 3-3. Just poor defending round the back of Dalot, and it just goes in for 3-3. Not good enough. United trying to hang on. Copenhagen then just score for 4-3. Just not good enough. And then we tried to give it everything that we had towards the end. Maguire had a big chance, and tried to throw everything at it, and we just switched off in big moments, and we didn't concentrate and focus in the vital moments in the game. And that's where exactly you just say to the players, when you're 3-2 up, concentrate and focus now, and don't take your eye off the ball. And that's where you have to concentrate and don't make a mistake. So we made two mistakes. We let 2 goals in. It's not good enough, and yeah, I just think hugely disappointing to walk away and not get anything out of this after playing some of our best stuff. But got to do better in the next game, definitely, for sure. Overall, in the end, it's disappointing to walk away with no points after a positive and unlucky first half. It looked like it was going to be a comfortable win for United. It's a tough one to take after decisions went against us. We looked the better team for most of the game, but we just didn't do enough to win. You got to look at what let us down, why we lost that game, to be honest with you. I think it's also poor defending by Manchester United. You could just say all these things that we didn't do enough to win. As soon as it went to 2-1, you knew you had a game on your hands then. And we went down to 10 men, the game changed. We knew it was going to be difficult then on. We're playing with 10 men, but even though we had 10 men on the pitch, we still played well, actually, and we still controlled the game at 10 men as well. So sometimes you can play well with 10 men, sometimes you can't. It was 50-50 in that one, because there was some good spells where we played really well without Rashford, spells where we could have dealt with Rashford in the team as well. Just not good enough. Obviously then he's having to change it up a little bit. The one thing I would criticise Ten Hag for would be replacing Hoyland for Mount. I think I would have probably brought on Martial, actually, just to cover it off. Make sure that you're still playing a striker. I think that's just the one thing that let us down, I think, because you're just adding another midfielder and you're just trying to cover it off. Then that's like a sign that you're sitting back deep and you're playing a false nine then. So that's what we exactly did. We played a false nine with two wide players as Garnacho and Bruno. That just didn't work in the end. It didn't pay off. We got what we deserved. A kick in the teeth. It's a setback. We're still mathematically in it. Need a miracle in the last two. We've got to win the last two. We just didn't do enough to win. Individual mistakes, defensive errors, not going with our runners. VAR let us down. These certain aspects lost us the game. It's not good enough. You have to blame out the players. You can't blame out the manager. It's not good enough at the end of the day. The players played some of the best football up until the red card. We gave away a lead twice. It's simply not good enough. Is it a lack of concentration and focus? Definitely it is, because when we went 3-2 up, you're thinking, right, back in the game now, you're leading this game. This is all about now. You've got to concentrate and focus and don't take your eye off the ball. Got to focus at all time. You have to defend well as a team. You have to stay tight and compact. You have to suck them in as much as you can. Sit back deep, play with a low block as best as you can. Defend well as a team. We just couldn't do that. A lack of focus, a lack of concentration. Just not going with our runners. Just letting them off the hook as well. Made it look too easy as well. Dolo just in no man's land, not concentrating, defensive errors, individual mistakes. Dolo was the one that should have done better in the third and fourth goal, and he was the one that let us down in those two goals. It's definitely a lack of concentration and focus, definitely for sure, and we just took our eye off the ball for about 5, 6, 7 minutes of the game, and it just lost us the game. VAR took the headlines yet again, the first one being Rashford getting sent off for a reckless challenge and a handball from Maguire to give Copenhagen a penalty. Did VAR get the right calls? No. And this is the one thing that I'm pissed off about with these two calls, definitely for sure. The first one being Rashford's reckless challenge. To be honest, this is not a red card for me, because Rashford, he wins the ball back. There might be some intent. At the same time, protecting the ball, he's positioned himself. He's not really meant to do it. It's just a bit of a stretched leg. Might hurt. He's not meant to do it. He's just protecting the ball himself as well. He's just protecting the ball himself. He's just doing his best to protect that ball. That's exactly what he was doing. It might be reckless in some ways, but he's protecting the ball. He's not even looking. If he's not even looking, if you look at that Romero challenge in that Tottenham game against, was it Chelsea? That's some intent. His studs were high up. With that one, it's completely different. That should not be given as a red straight down. I don't know how that's a red card, to be honest with you. But I'd like these officials to come out, give us the explanation why that was a red card. And then the second one being the penalty. How on earth is that a penalty? That is so harsh, to be honest. How on earth is that a penalty? It's probably more a handball on Varane, because it's gone ball to hand. It's not straight off, come off his hand. And then you look at the Maguire handball, it's not even a handball. You're thinking, how's that a handball? This is what it is with these European referees. I think VAR last 2 weeks has just had a bit of a stinker, to be honest. Dropped another one. Shouldn't have had a player sent off. That's definitely not a penalty. Just unbelievable decision. VAR went against us, lost us the game. It's not good enough at the end of the day. United are now 4th with 3 points. We're still mathematically in it. We're now under pressure to win the last 2 games, and they're both must-wins to have a chance of getting into the last 16. Yeah, we've got to win the last 2 games now, and that's obviously an away trip to Galatasaray on Wednesday night, at home to Bayern Munich. They're both must-wins now. We can't afford to lose another game now. If we lose another game, it's Thursday night. It's bound. We're in that stupid Europa League yet again. We're massively under pressure. They're both must-wins. Big week ahead for United. We have to focus on these 2 games. We have to take it 1 game at a time. We're still mathematically in it. Both us and Galatasaray are on 3 points. Copenhagen are on 4 points. If Bayern Munich beat Copenhagen later on that night, United have got to do a job on Galatasaray in Turkey. We're going to need a miracle in that one, because United don't really win in Turkey. We're going to need something special. We're going to have to play well for a full 90 minutes there in Galatasaray. Both games are not going to be easy. Both games are going to be difficult. They're going to be tough, but we're going to have to be ready for those games. We're going to have to be mentally ready. Not only just mentally ready, but physically we're going to have to be ready for those 2 games as well that are ahead, where we're massively under pressure. And then it's asking, can Bayern beat Copenhagen at home? We've got to firstly do our job, and then make sure we do our job on Galatasaray first, and then we have to make sure that Copenhagen get beat to open it back up for United again. So it's a must-win for United on Wednesday, and then following it up against Bayern Munich a couple of weeks later. It's a must win on Wednesday night. We can't afford to lose. If we lose on Wednesday night, that's it. We're on Thursday nights. We're in Europa League yet again. Gotta win, definitely for sure, considering that we're under pressure. Who's my man of the match? You know what, I thought there was some players that had a fantastic game in this one. Some did good, some good individual performances out there. I thought Onana, I think he did okay. Should have done better for one of the goals, to be honest with you. I thought Wan-Bissaka had an alright game. I thought Maguire, I think the back line didn't do so great, to be honest with you. I thought Maguire did okay. Evans came off with an injury. Dalot had a stinker for the third and fourth goal. Someone okay. Ericsson did okay. Rashford did good up until the red card. Fernandes had a good game. Garnacho did well, and Højlund with his 2 brilliant goals back in Copenhagen. I think I'm going to give this Højlund for the brace. Not only just scored the brace, but I thought he did well, scored us the goals, just didn't do enough to win, unfortunately. How do we beat Galatasaray? Now, obviously, we've got Galatasaray in our next game now in the Champions League, in the 5th game at group stages. This is a big game for Manchester United now. This is a must win. We've got to win this game now on Wednesday night. Can't afford to lose. If we lose this game on Thursday, it's over. We're on Thursday nights. We're back in the Europa League. Must win. We're under massive pressure. Got to win, got to get the 3 points. We know what's at stake. Galatasaray probably know that they've got to win as well. Both teams need a win. It's going to who wants it more in this game. So Galatasaray, a brilliant team, beat us earlier on in this competition. So they beat us 3-2. I think it's time for revenge now. Got to go away to Turkey, where it's going to be a hostile ground. It's going to be a hostile atmosphere. A game like this, it's all about getting the first crucial goal. That's got to go our way. But not only just that, we've got to defend properly as a team. Tight and compact, defend properly, straight them as well. We've got to do a big job on Galatasaray. In a game where we're going to be under pressure. In a game where we're going to have to deliver the 3 points and win. We're massive under pressure now. Galatasaray, they're a brilliant team. Got lots of quality on the pitch as well. We're in for a tough night against Galatasaray. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. Mentality, the right mindset. Got to prepare well for a game like this. United know that we've got the quality for this game as well. Hopefully we'll have Højlund back for this one due to him picking up an injury just before the international break. This game, it's going to be competitive. It's going to be end-to-end. Both teams are going to have chances. It's all about, you've got to be clinical and take your chances. And we can't let Galatasaray win this. We're under pressure. We're in Turkey. It's going to be a big game for both teams. Both teams got to win. We got to deliver to sort of have a chance of getting through. We need a clean sheet as well. We know what's at stake, and we've got to play well. The full 90 minutes here. It's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult, but we're going to have to be ready for the challenge. We've got to play well. But Galatasaray desire to build up play, the fewest member of the players, while the others are behind the opponent's midfield or pinning the back line, using diversely a 2-3-5 and a 3-2-5 and astrometric fullbacks, and implementing on the different instructions from the double pivot, and also using wingers to confuse the opponent, keep depth and width as much as they can to distort them. Galatasaray, you know, they're going to be a well-drilled team. You know, they're going to be well organised, a very skillful technical side. You know, they'll be physical, they'll be on the front foot, they'll look strong defensively. You know, they look vulnerable maybe at times as well. You can see that they do concede stupid goals as well. So we have to exploit that as well on their back line. You know, they're aggressive, ruthless. They'll play with high intensity, high tempo. They'll bring the energy. They'll look to push you around, pull you around. They'll make runs in from behind. They'll get in between the lines. They'll be tight and compact. Player width, capitalise on mistakes, be brave. They'll take risks, and they'll give it everything that they've got. But United-wise, we've got to defend properly. You know, defensively, we've got to be organised. We need to be tight and compact defensively, frustrate them. We need to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, high intensity, high tempo. Bring the energy about us. You know, we've got to create the chances, take our chances. We've got to be clinical. Got to get the crosses into the box, strike them out of position. Be brave, take risks. Set pieces could come into play. Got to play with width, get in between the lines. Got to close them down. Don't let them get back in the game. Don't leave any spaces open. They'll show incredible team spirit, character and fight. Got to do the basics right. Game management, decision making will be vital. Got to get tight. Don't let them get a shot off. Sustain your attacks. Do your basics. Win your 50-50s. Win your second balls and win your duels. Put them on the back foot. Keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective. Force them to make mistakes. Put them under pressure. Don't let the wingers cut back inside. Don't afford to make mistakes. make the runs in from behind, don't get pulled out of position, be explosive and keeping Cardi quiet. Getting to the goals now. First goal, Rashford finds Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka passed the ball to McTominay. Good movement by McTominay. Crossed the ball and Højlund taps it in for 1-0. Mistake by Copenhagen. Fernandes has the ball. Great ball to Garnacho. Garnacho shoots. Saved by the keeper. And Højlund taps it in for 2-0. Third goal, Fernandes steps up and scores a cracking penalty for 3-2. Into the stats now. Possession for Copenhagen, it was 51.8%. For Man United, it was 48.2%. Goals for Copenhagen, it was 4. For Man United, it was 3. Total shots for Copenhagen, it was 16. For Man United, it was 9. Shots on target for Copenhagen, it was 8. And for Man United, it was 8. Shot accuracy for Copenhagen, it was 50%. And for Man United, it was 88.9%. Shots inside the box for Copenhagen, it was 8. And for Man United, it was 8. Shots outside the box for Copenhagen, it was 8. And for Man United, it was 1. Total passes for Copenhagen, it was 517 passes. For Man United, it was 497 passes. The pass accuracy for Copenhagen, it was 88.4%. For Man United, it was 84.5%. Getting to the substitutions now. Evans went off for Varane. Talk about Johnny's performance. Preferred over Raphael Varane, but he came off after 15 minutes due to injury. Ericsson went off for Amrabat. Talk about Christian's performance. Steady influence, but he was predictably sacrificed at half-time in favour of the defensive-minded Sofran Amrabat. Højlund went off a mount. Talking about Rasmus's performance. Anticipated both of his goals expertly to give United a glimpse of what they have when they perform efficiently. Next up, we've got Galatasaray. Galatasaray, a third in the group. Like I just said then before, this is going to be a must-win for Manchester United. We've got to get the win here. We've got to get the 3 points. We've got to get a clean sheet as well. It's a tough place to go to Turkey and to get a result. It's going to be a hostile atmosphere. It's going to be a tough place to go and get a result. You say to these players, and you got to say, well, we've got to perform well for a full 90 minutes. We've got to play well for a full 90 minutes here. It's all about going into the right mindset, the right mentality. It's a big game for both teams. Both teams want to win this game. I think whoever wins this game still got half a chance of getting into the last 16. I've got a chance. Anyway, that's going to be down to who wants it more. We've got to show that we want it more as well. It's all important of who gets that first crucial goal. United need to get that first crucial goal. United have not only just got to get that first crucial goal, we've got to defend properly as a team. Defensively, we need to be on it as well. Win the ball high up the pitch, win our second balls, our duels, our 1v1s. Get back to your basics in this game. Keep the ball high up the pitch. Pressurise them. They'll make mistakes along the way, and when they make mistakes, you've got to punish them as well. It's all about when you get the chances, we've got to be clinical. You've got to take your chances. Quality will show on the night. It's a tough night for both teams. Going to have to be ready. It's going to be a big game. A lot's at stake here. And then we need that other result, Bayern Munich, Copenhagen, to go our way. We need Bayern Munich to go and beat Copenhagen. United are on the earlier kickoff, so we've got to do our job first. And then we have to then hope that Bayern Munich do the job on Copenhagen. We've got to play well for a full 90 minutes here. Prepare well for a game like this. Mentality, mindset needs to be on it. It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be a tough night. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be end-to-end. Both teams are going to have the chances. We're going to have some injuries here. We're without Rashford. He's suspended for this one. We have to deal with the players that we've got. Players that can definitely make an influence and can definitely cause them problems, be dangerous, to make an impact as well. We've got the quality to show, and if the quality shows on the night, we will win this game. We've just got to be on it from minute 1 to minute 90. Defend well as a team, tight and compact, and then it's all about make the right decision making going forwards as well. First goal is going to be crucial. We're going to need that first goal, and then we want to take control and we want to dominate this game, play with initiative, be disciplined, be composed, win this game and get the 3 points. We've got to play with courage, intent, conviction, and we've got to turn up. Galatasaray scoring 1.8 goals per game. Galatasaray are conceding 2.2 goals per game. Galatasaray have won 1, drew 1 and lost 2. They've lost at Bayern Munich 3-1 at home, and they lost at Bayern Munich 2-1 away from home. Galatasaray are first in the Super League. The players to look out for is Muslera, Giuliano, Sanchez, Nelson, Boye, Ayan, Cartas, Diembere, Ziyech, Oviedo, Torreira, Ndombele, Coutinho, Nkardi, Mertens, Zaha, Tete, Ilmas, and Bakambu. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel for what I know. I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days, and peace.